Welcome back this morning to our online prayer gathering. This morning we say we trust you. Let's posture our hearts and sing this together. You are who you say you are. You'll do what you say you'll do. You'll be who you've always been to us, Jesus. And our hope is in you alone. Our strength in your mighty name. Our peace in the darkest day remains, Jesus. This we know. This we know. We will see the enemy run. This we know. We will see your victory come. And we hold on to every promise you ever made. Jesus, you are unfailing. Our God in the wilderness, our joy in the heaviness, our way when it seems there is no way, Jesus. This we know, we will see the enemy run. This we know, we will see the victory come. And we hold on to every promise you ever made. Jesus, you are unfailing. We trust you. Your ways are higher than our own. And we trust you. We trust you. Your ways are higher than our own. And we trust you. We trust you. For your ways are higher than our own. And we trust you. We trust you. For your ways are higher than our own. And this we know, we will see the enemy roll. And this we know, we will see the victory come. And we hold on to every promise you ever made. Jesus, you are unfailing. This we know, we will see the enemy roll. This we know, we will see the victory come. And we hold on to every promise you ever made. Jesus, you are unfailing. Jesus, you are unfailing. Jesus, you are unfailing.
Hey everyone, welcome back as we continue our month of prayer and fasting. Our daily devotion for the day comes from Colossians chapter 1, verse 24. Let me read it for you today. It says this: "Now I rejoice in my sufferings for your sake, and in my flesh I am filling up what is lacking in Christ's afflictions, for the sake of his body, that is the church." massively profound verse here that takes, I think, several reads to kind of grasp what Paul is teaching us today. First, again, just a shocking first phrase that Paul would say that he rejoices in his sufferings. Take a moment and let that sink in. He rejoices. He's not just enduring. He's actually rejoicing in his sufferings. And who's it for? It's for their sake, the church's sake, other believers' sake. I imagine Paul thinking about his circumstances and maybe understanding that his circumstances aren't blessing or benefiting his current circumstances. That makes sense? Like you can imagine him sitting in a prison and he's looking at his circumstances thinking, these aren't benefiting me. Like my sores are getting worse, my temperature is rising. Like it's not great for my circumstances, but something is happening outside my jail cell that is blessing others. Paul has this incredible perspective of what he is enduring is somehow blessing others, and he's absolutely okay with that. It's absolutely unbelievable to think. And probably it's safe to say that Paul didn't know how those were being used. And so just for a moment, consider your own circumstance. Again, like if you're anything like me, we run from our circumstances. So just take a moment and ask God this question. What possibly could you be doing in the lives of others through the trials I'm currently experiencing? And is it possible that because of what I'm experiencing, that a greater good is being accomplished? Maybe through your trials, others are watching you and seeing you endure well, and that is deepening their faith. Or maybe they're seeing your difficult circumstances and they're seeing a God who carries you, and because of that, they're worshiping God. Or maybe they're just seeing that you're enduring and that gives them strength to endure one more day. Yeah, it's very possible that your circumstances aren't getting better or are very difficult. But could it be possible that your circumstances are benefiting the church, Christ's body? And in that fact, that reality, you and I can rejoice. We can think through the experiences of our day and say, God, thank you for what you're doing in the church, in the body. I'm so grateful for what this is causing in the hearts and the minds and the faith of my brothers and sisters. And so for that fact, I will suffer. So just for a moment, I want to ask you to pray and ask that God would give you more strength to endure longer if that's the result of other believers being built up. And pray and say, God, help me to endure well if that builds up the body. Take your current circumstance and pray and thank God for that circumstance and ask him to do what he promises, that he would build up the body, build up others through your circumstances. That is great perspective. I pray that you will consider that today, church. We're praying for you.